Hey everyone. So I recently moved to Mexico a few months ago and it's been great. It's gone way past the expectations that I had. And in a short few months, I actually realized that there were a few things that I wish I knew before I came here. So here are the 5 things I really wish I knew before coming to Mexico. Number 1, bureaucracy. It's a bit of a journey. What I mean by it is that, paperwork here isn't always quick to be done, and expect delays at the offices or expect that you have to go back, more than once or twice to get things done. I'm really talking about the government offices. It's been great, but there's been a few times where like I needed to get a document apostilled from Canada and I didn't know this beforehand. So I got the document, which was my birth certificate. I got it sent here before getting it apostilled. And the issue was that I had to get it apostilled in Canada. So I had to go back to Canada and I didn't know that I can get someone else to get it apostilled. It was a really simple thing to do. But I had to go back and get it apostilled and then come back and get my son's birth certificate with this birth certificate. So there's a few potholes sometimes. But on the other hand, there's things like getting your license, or recently I got a residency card that you get the card instantly. They take your photo there and they print it off and they give it to you. So that's, there's pros and cons to this. Also, each office has its own rules. So just have flexibility and patience. Number 2, the safety issue. We'll say issue in quotation marks. The news makes Mexico sound a lot worse than it is, and it's been going on for years. There's plenty of places that you could feel safe in, or you will feel safe in. And, I have never felt endangered here. But also, you learn what places not to go, and don't do stupid things at night, like go into areas you don't know, or areas people told you to stay away from, stuff like that. Number 3, money and banking. You'll need a residency card to open up a bank account. You'll need to be a resident of Mexico. When you come, just make sure that you have a bank account with your like a bank from home that doesn't have crazy fees. You don't want to be paying crazy fees until you get your residency or whatever's needed. Also, maybe bring a bit of cash so you can convert it, because it's cheaper, usually cheaper than the banking fees that you get charged from your own bank account in your old country. There's a lot of places that do take credit cards, but cash is king. This is a very important one. Number 4 is renting a place. Usually landlords do need in Mexico, well, especially in Mexico City. I'm not sure about all of Mexico, but I can guess that this is an issue everywhere. Is that usually you need to know somebody in Mexico that owns a house to put up for collateral for renting a place. So you need to know someone that has a place. If not, there's a lot of businesses that will put up collateral for you. I haven't gone through that process, but I hear that there's a lot of good businesses that can help you out with that. So look online and ask questions in Facebook groups and other things like that to see what other people did. There are some instances that you don't have to use a collateral, but I don't think it happens that often. Rental agreements are usually in Spanish. So if you're not fluent, you might need someone to help you out. You definitely need to get someone to read it for you, or make sure that legally they're not doing anything tricky. You'll find a lot of real estate agents and expat groups that can be very helpful for that also. Also, the utilities, you should ask questions about them because they can be very different than back home or different from state to state. You don't want to get a bill that is way too high because you didn't understand the process or understand what was going on. Number 5 is a Mexican driver's license. Your foreign license will work for a bit, but getting a Mexican driver's license eventually is a really good idea. Rules can vary state to state, so check out what you'll need for the test. The license acts as an ID here, so it's great to have. Some car insurance companies even prefer Mexican licenses for full coverage, so it's good to consider. All right, those are the 5 things I wish I knew before moving to Mexico. I'm sure I can make a whole nother list of 5 or even 10 or 15 things, but maybe that will be for another video. Hopefully this helps anyone out there thinking of making the move or just curious about life here. If you got any questions or tips, just drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.